Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to that time of the year we like to call Facebook for the Blind. Time of the year, time of the week, time of the day. Time has no meaning, and that is why we do headlines to try and remember where on earth Carmen Sandiego was. Actually, I can't even hold my train of thought. It's gotten that bad. I'm just going to
all over the place.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm having a thing. All right. So in the news today, all kinds of rumblings. Workers are seeking unions at Starbucks, Dollar General, and Amazon locations. Here's why that matters. Well, it matters because unions are good and Amazon and Starbucks are terrible is why. There are all kinds of stuff about the Amazon workers in the news. Some good news. Congratulations to Admiral Levine on her historic appointment. Rachel Levine, openly transgender health official, sworn in as 4-star admiral in the public health service. And that is a milestone right there. So thought I would share. Here's a good reason why Amazon is getting strikes and unionization threats. A mom told Jeff Bezos that Amazon was underpaying her $90 a month, sparking an internal probe that found the company was shortchanging some workers. Oh, just some of them. Just some of them are suffering there. In hyper super duper local news, friend of the show, Justin Tuttle, did this cool cartoon. I really liked it. It's a goat wearing a little vest. And he's leaning back against a no smoking sign, smoking a cigarette. And he's got it captioned, break rules and look cool doing it. The life of a punk rock goat. I think that is pretty good.
I don't remember posing for this, but I got to say, the likeness.
That is your vest.
Striking.
Holy crap.
It's my cut.
All right. Speaking of comedy news that's hyper local and might impact people on Facebook for the Blind, Jesse Tuttle posted this week's CU Comedy Open Mic update for the Champaign-Urbana area. There is a Wednesday night show at Pizzeria Antica. There is not a Thursday night show at Nola's Rock Bar in Urbana. He's out of town, and that's basically it. There's no more outside shows. They're going to be moving the shows inside. Don't know how that's going to work. And signups for next Monday, November 1st at the Canopy Club. That, as I understand it, is an 8:30 p.m. show, which you might notice is coming up here in a few minutes on a Monday night and may impact our show. So the best proposal I can come up with is from here on out, we may be moving to 7:30, which is 5:30.
No, we were here first. We're going to impact their show. They can fucking move.
Well, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about after the show. Okay, and finally, because I always close with an enduring hippo story, or a story about animals at least. Those hippos that Pablo Escobar he released, he had a huge zoo. Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos are legally people, says a U.S. judge. There's been a row over whether a group of hippos introduced to Colombia by a cocaine baron should be sterilized and culled, and it's led to the animals being granted interested persons status, which I find hilarious. They now number more than 100 creatures along the banks of a river, according to Colombian officials, and they've grown increasingly dangerous. But the Colombian people love them and don't want to see them sterilized or killed.
Let it be hippos. Why can't there be hippos there?
Hippos are actually some of the most deadly animals in the world.
Why not?
So anyway, the thing is that the Colombian people have decided that they would rather sterilize the hippos instead of culling them. But I'd ask you to consider there's 100 of them in a third world country. What does that procedure look like?
I don't know, man, but I want to find out. Look, I know you guys can think I'm weird, but I'll do it. I mean, like, that's got to be a story. You come back, you're like, hey, what have you been up to the last 6 months? You're like, well, listen, whatever it was, it's not fucking as cool as what I did. I just made sure that
see this arm?
25 hippos.
You see
in
this
Colombia
arm?
are shooting blanks from now on.
I believe, Michael.
Like, how do you do it? Like, you got to come to Columbia to see.
I'm going. All right. If I make plans, you coming with? You gonna see the hippos with me?
I'm in, dude.
All
I'm fully in. Only just for the cruelty of the thing. I mean,
Okay.
I want to be really clear.
Not just to see.
Not
the
because
hippos.
I love people.
You want to watch the
No.
procedure. Okay, I
I
understand.
just want to. I want to be a legend to them. I want to be like I Am Legend, but for hippos.
All right. Well, that is what we call the news segment, wrapping up at 8:14. Handing it off to my beloved co-hosts Andrew Shankland and Michael Buhn. And Michael, I believe you are just bursting at the seams with memes, if I understand correctly.
I'm ready to rock.
Rock
I'm fucking ready to go.
Michael, and then Andrew, and then back to me.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though, I don't have any posts with the most, so suck it. All right. Halloween's coming up, everybody. So we have your cute couple ideas, cute couple costume ideas. And here we have the boy from My Girl and a bee.
Oh, God.
John Lovett from Crooked Media. He just posted this today on Twitter. He said, "Shame on all of us. We're only talking about the problems Facebook creates or makes worse, and none of the problems Facebook has solved. And there are so many, so many."
Brilliant.
Aborted Dreams put this one up, and I fucking love it. It's just a picture of 3 kids like running. It looks like maybe they're playing soccer or something. And it says, "Remember, kids, these are the best years of your life." And then in smaller print at the bottom, it says, "Mostly due to the inevitable future climate disaster."
Oh, God.
Also, Aborted Dreams has this guy like bursting into a party, and he's wearing a sweater vest, and he looks really happy, and he says, "Sorry, I was late. I was coming to terms with my own existence."
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, I want to point out to our listeners on the podcast, this person saying this in this cartoon looks like Andrew Shankland.
Yeah,
like,
it is very true.
All the way down to like, I mean, I'm colorblind, but even I can tell that all the colors he's wearing are pretty similar to each other. It just feels very Andrew Shankland.
Yeah.
I mean that with all the love in my heart.
No.
This is a picture. Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh no, I was like, oh no, I was like this. Yeah, I love it.
Truly.
You're like, that's what I wear to bed. That's exactly.
Yeah, basically.
Shoes and all. This is a picture of a freight, like one of those freight boats. I don't know what the fuck they're called. And there are 3 connexes in the ocean. And it says, and one of them is circled in red pen, and it says, "The part you're waiting for." And any of us who've waited too long because of disruptions, because of COVID, get that one. This one hit me right between the eyes this week. I did not appreciate it because it's me. This is a new meme format that I mean, maybe it's not new, but I only saw it just this week for the first time. And I've seen a whole bunch of memes like this. This is from Jokesar. It's a great page to follow. And it's 2 panels. The first panel is you just see a face, and it's completely submerged in water except for the eyes, nose, and mouth are gasping for air. And then on this one, it says around it, "Every light is red. Why haven't they fixed this road? Use your turn signals, people. Why is everyone driving so slow?" And then the second panel, you see that it's actually just a man sitting in water and holding his face like that. So he's not drowning. He's sitting on the ground. And it says, "Me not leaving for work on time." It really paints the picture that I fucking did this to myself. Trash Can Paul, who is often featured on this, it's a picture of a car stereo that it wants to say Bluetooth initiating, or initializing, or whatever the fuck, but there's not enough rooms for all the letters. So at the top they said, "Oh bloody hell, they made Bluetooth British," and then you look at it again and see that it says Bluetooth in it. Fuck you guys, that's funny. The Comrade Axolotl says, "The phrase cost of living should be significantly more horrifying."
Nice.
That I have used this phrase so many times and never thought about just how fucking dystopian it is. The cost of living.
Yeah.
This is just a picture of a turtle in its shell smoking a
Hell
cigarette.
yeah.
This is the way I envision like all internet tough guys, like smoking a cigarette but safely within my shell. And I think this is my last one for this round. And it says, it's a picture of a man holding a rifle, pointing it at some sort of fucked up looking bear. The bear it kind of looks like a koala bear and a grizzly bear, like mixed, like a grizzly bear with a koala bear's face or something. And it says, sometimes the caption makes all the difference. And then you read the caption to this picture of this man pointing a rifle at the bear. And it says, listen to me, Floyd, you're tripping balls right now. For the love of God, put the gun down and we can talk this through.
Perfect.
And suddenly the picture does look different after that. You're like, oh, damn, man, he's about to shoot his buddy.
Oh, sorry. I just found an article that said I looked up pictures of turtles and shells smoking cigarettes. And then this article came up that's nicotine addicted turtle smokes half a pack of cigarettes a day.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
I
thought that was hilarious. That's so funny. Okay. So I have a lot of memes, so I'm gonna kind of go through. They're short though, or a lot of them are simple. So this one is Tom, right, is the cat walking with newspaper, and it just says expression on his face is full of joy, and he says, me on my way to annoy my mom because I'm bored.
He's so happy.
This next one is a picture of just a disgusting old pillow, and it says, women will never understand the comfort and bliss of a man's yellow pillow. My mom made me like throw out my old pillows. So funny. Okay. This is like that 3-panel of like the hot girl talking to the guy, but it's like the guy swinging cigarettes, like a virgin type looking guy. Anyway, it says, I love music. Do you have any recommendations? He goes, oh, yeah. And then it's a bunch of post-rock albums. They're like Swans, and yeah, they're all Swans records. And she comes back and she goes, that was boring.
Nice.
Dude, I think listen, man, I'm with her. I cannot with that shit. I'm just but I mean I'm such a one-trick pony. If it's not punk rock or reggae, I don't want it. But
that's
like,
not true. I've been expanding your mind for years.
I love Swans. There is very.
I like hip hop too, but I had this buddy. He was like always telling me I had to listen to this asshole. I think his name was Sandre Lurke or some shit. And I turned it on. I was like, dude, this music sounds like I'm already asleep. Like I can't do it. Like
snap.
This one is do not repost this image, and then it's like an anime cat girl with a squirt gun. And then like the color scheme is like pink and purple. And she goes, or she'll show up in your room at 3 a.m. and turn you into a cat person, and then sprays it, and then they turn into a cat person. This is from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I've been getting recommended from this account that just posts stills, and it's zooming in on this kid Cookie who's like a cyborg because of his glasses. And it says, captioning made possible by U.S. Department of Education and Nickelodeon. And like the juxtaposition of his face and the closed captioning is really funny. This is from one of my favorite episodes of King of the Hill. Hank Hill's climbing up onto his roof. He goes, what you doing there, Bill? Satellite dish trouble? And then Bill goes, nope, I'm just up here trying to kill myself. Great episode of King of the Hill. I think this is definitely a fake Neil deGrasse Tyson tweet, and it says, developing carpool tunnel by hovering my mouse over the wrist of my big titty anime girl mouse pad, not making contact because I am a gentleman. And then it's a picture of a big titty anime mouse pad that has rest for your wrist that are big boobs. This is just a still of Chucky. And it says, and Chucky's hair is just unbelievably straight. And it says, somebody be doing the fuck out of Chucky hair. And then Chucky replies to the tweet says, and I look damn good. Damn good is in all caps.
Fucking Chucky, man. Damn good.
This is his VeggieTale still, and it says, "Uh-oh, Bob the Tomato caught you sinning." And he has a displeased look on his face.
That was going around a lot. That the shaming tomato was big this week.
Oh, this is just Albert Einstein was a union man, and then there's some quotes from Einstein about AFT, which is the union that I am a part of.
Hey,
this is this is like a mascot, Arthur, and it just says, "Why does he like a costume a person's wearing?" It says, "Why does he look like RuPaul?" It's pretty funny.
I love this. I love the username Gaze Anatomy. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. You got this is 4 sheet ghosts hanging out, except one isn't visible, so they're all on chairs except for just an empty chair, and it says, "Guys, I forgot my sheet, but I'm here." This is must be from an ad of the Peanuts, and it's Schroeder is listening to music, and it says listening to music is one of the few activities that uses the entirety of the human brain, which I just like because I'm a music teacher. I think there's been a version of this that's come up. It says, "Today I'm going to show you some simple beginner guitar chords," and it's just like fingers. Like there's one where there's a hole drilled in the guitar, and they're like, one is their fingers are underneath all the strings. They're really funny.
One of them, there's a hole drilled in the. Did you say that hole drilled through one of the frets?
Yeah. This made me laugh so hard because I will actually. This is when I teach people guitar, I'm like the top text, and they're like the bottom text. Like they make the chords so much more difficult. This looks like someone, yeah. Evil Phoebe Bridgers be like, "If I could take the moon from you, I would take the moon." This is, I don't know if you guys were seeing these. Or if it, but it's like, I don't know what you call it. They like negate the image. And then it says evil, whoever the music artist is, and then reverses a lyric. I don't know what this is. It's Instagram Live. And the person has like very done eyebrows and they're bald. And they've clearly put a lot of work into their appearance, and it says, "Hello, you're done with your makeup already?" And then it says, "Why did you give My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a 6?" Because they look like Anthony Fantano.
All right.
Good round. That was a good one.
I like.
Eric.
There were lots of references that I did not understand. I love those rounds. That's half the fun of this show. All right, starting off in what we ostensibly call the wholesome round. This one got quite a bit of traffic on my page. Looks like about 30 reacts and 8 comments to the 50 drunkest counties in America. And we usually don't share maps on this show because there are 50 states and it's hard to read. But in this case, almost all 50 of the drunkest counties are in Wisconsin. Michael,
that's,
I think,
really, is this true? I have a hard time. The only reason I have a hard time believing this is because Fort Bragg, North Carolina is not on it. Like, I'm dead serious. There's no military bases labeled here, and that's fucking weird.
So anyway, it was funny. My friend Shannon, who's from Wisconsin, says, "Truth. It is part of the culture here. This sign was hanging on the fence at the Catholic high school down the street. Beer tents are part of church picnics. Don't ask me what a polka mask is." A polka mask. Polka mask. Anyway.
Polka mask.
I thought that was fascinating. And, there you go. Parish Fest. Parish Fest. Parish Fest. Sacred Heart. This is a throwback. It is Halloween, and this is a great costume design. We've got a guy who's got a pink t-shirt, orange shorts, a black bowl cut, and a great big long gray beard holding a wand, and it says Dumbledore the Explorer. And
fucking, you know what these always remind me of, because I've seen people do these kinds of costumes. They always remind me of that round in Wheel of Fortune where they take two things, and it's like connected by the word in the middle or some shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like Harry Potter's wheel or something, I don't know, whatever. It's like that every time I see these fucking costumes, I'm like, I'm not trying to fucking win money on a goddamn TV show right now. Just tell me what you are.
Dude, I thought it was pretty clever. Gotta say. Oh my God, is that a card catalog behind him? No wonder I like this guy. Now, this costume is called When Your Dad is a Biologist, You Become a Tardigrade for Halloween. And if you're not familiar with the tardigrade, affectionately known as a water bear, which is a microorganism, this thing has 8 legs, has 3 little clawed toes on each leg, has great big round mouth in the center of its lumpy brown little water bear head. And these things are perpetually immortal, by the way. They have freeze dried them, stuck them in rocks, put them in space, and you just spray a little water on them and they come back faster than sea monkeys. So I thought that was very impressive. Get to know your tardigrades. You should Google that. It's not a bad word. This next one is from the Reference and Information Desk at your local academic library. We have a kiss-looking goth dude saying, "Excuse me, where are the evil course reserves?" Excellent. Yeah, that's right. This next one is a picture of Vlad the Impaler. Little Halloween history here for you. It says Halloween yard decoration champion 1456 to 1462.
That's fucked up.
5 years, and on Halloween, I will never not repost this. Vlad's a good-looking dude. Look at that stash. That took effort. This next one is a 4-panel, sort of the ugly, poorly drawn ones from my buddy Owen. This one, the character is labeled Boomers. When I was your age, I made $2.50 an hour and barely got by. And youngster says, "Wow, that's worth $20.65 an hour now, and that's twice my wages." Boomers, blank-faced. Boomers, mad eyebrows. It's funnier when I read it the first time. This is a typical Lucy and football. Lucy and Charlie Brown holding the football. In this case, Lucy is labeled Democrats. The football is labeled Good Things, and Charlie Brown is labeled Voters. And the headline from Business Insider: free community college, child tax credits, and affordable housing are among the safety net measures on the chopping block as Democrats struggle to find middle ground with centrist holdouts. Yeah, that's a big fun thing that everybody's talking about right now. This next one is a comment on Dune 2021. A lot of people talking about it. It says Dune is a sequel, full of esoteric world building. It will be difficult for audiences to understand if they haven't seen the original Spice World 1997.
Nice.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Both covers. Yeah, man, fun times. We posted this one on our Facebook page, and I got some comments on it, so I thought I'd pass it along. This is the husky in a bow tie with glasses standing in front of the whiteboard, and in front of the whiteboard is labeled punishable by fine, means legal for a price.
Yo, when I was in Nashville, I used to be friends with this guy who used to play hockey for the Nashville Predators. And we went out one time. We go up to Broadway, and this motherfucker just parks right in front of a bar on Broadway. Like, you can't do that. Like, there's signs everywhere that you can't park there. And I was like, "Yo, you're gonna get towed." And he goes, "Oh no, they don't tow your car. It's just it just costs $500." Like, that's how he said it. It just costs $500.
Sure.
To him, that was a parking place. It just was a parking place.
Yeah.
That cost $500.
Yeah. And it's like when you examine laws like that, dude, several friends of mine that are attorneys laughed at this post. And it was posted by a guy named Michael in law school memes for edgy T14s. I don't know what that means, but it's lovely. And that's on our page. If you'd like to share that with your friends, join us in the Facebook for the Blind group on Facebook for the Blind, a meme cast. This one is a 2-panel, 2 dads with strollers in the street. And dad number 1 says, "Have you met my daughter Beth?" And dad number 2 says, "And what's Beth short for?" Dad number 1, "Because she's only 3."
That's a good joke.
I like the version of this where the guy who's saying "and what's Beth short for" is really being a dick, and like that he means it that way. It's very funny.
Oh, you know what? Andrew, I'm going to take your note. I'm going to consider fixing this one in post. This is a 2-panel with 2 dads with strollers who are meeting each other on the street. Dad number 1 says, "Have you met my daughter Beth?" And dad number 2 says, "And what's Beth short for?"
Okay.
She's only 3.
She's only 3.
It's
Fuck.
so funny.
So bad. All right, next. This is a 2-panel, and it's captioned "Labor Rights in the U.S., a visual guide." Employee leaning on the counter, "Hey, boss, do we get vacation days?" "Boss, your job is a vacation from poverty." And this is from images that can be edited, images that can be edited onto the cover of Das Kapital for a humorous effect. Thank you for the suggestion, Andrew. These are gold.
Yeah, those are great.
Oh my God. All right, go to 5-6 more here. Michael Matthews, friend of the show, posted, "I'm not saying that drunken debauchery is the cure for everything, but I am saying maybe if we tried it a little more." I said, "I'm free Thursday. You?" So there we go. This next one
I've tried it. It's
not good.
It's not the answer to anything except, like, I don't know, having money in your bank. It'll fix that right up.
Well, Grasshopper, I don't mean to make any overt suggestions, but maybe you were asking the wrong questions. This next one is a tweet from @Cardi_Re. Says, "I'm on a Zoom call and 2 of my black colleagues have the same surname. My white colleague thought it was amusing to ask, 'Oh, are you 2 related?' Haha. Until one of them said, 'Nah, but our ancestors probably worked on the same plantation.' And now everyone is sitting in silence."
Woo!
This is from our friend of the show, Chandler Schmidt. This next one, of course, Jesus holding out a bowl and the resin. It says, "He has resin."
End of the month.
This next one is from Mac Ruby, friend of the show. "The Sunday lunch crowd, 30 minutes before screaming at a 16-year-old restaurant hostess, and they are all with their hands raised and eyes closed in praise." Oh, that trigger, Michael?
Yep.
Yes.
No, that's fucking. It triggered me as a fucking bartender.
I thought that's
so goddamn
them.
true.
I like to imagine that that's them preparing for it, or that's how they yell at the waitress.
Yeah, they're getting ready.
Their hands raised.
That's right. We have
Can
to
I
get
get a little
filled up on
service?
Sunday morning so that we can be ready to scream at the teenager on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Please turn in your menus to page 2.
You turn in your menus.
I can see it. All right, down to the last 2 for this segment. Handing it back to Michael. This is several boxes of tinfoil in the store, and it says "free hat" in every box.
Yeah, I like that.
Dude, it took me a second.
Done.
My first half a second thought was like, is it because the boxes are too small to contain a hat? Oh, because I'm slow. And closing out the wholesome memes, friend of the show, Michelle Wolf, leaning in and smiling, saying, in high school, if you didn't believe in science, it was just called failing.
I think we should each try our own Michelle Wolf voice. Andrew, why don't you start?
Oh, no. That's funny.
He's like, "Nice trap. I'm not getting me too."
Yeah.
In high school, it was just called failing.
I fucking love her voice. I don't give a
She
shit.
does have
I
a
can't
funny
do it,
voice.
but I love it.
And this is just my voice. This isn't a bit. This is just how I talk.
It doesn't get any easier to the rest of my set. Oh God, but I love it to pieces.
This is a picture of Ned Flanders, and it's like a pastel blue kind of hazy background. I don't know. His eyes look half closed, and it says, "I'm in a diddly dark place right now." And this is a cry for help. This says, "How old were you when you realized that Steve from Blue's Clues married Lunette the clown from Big Comfy Couch?"
Yo,
And then there's
What?
pictures of them together.
what the fuck?
Dude, I am.
Is that
Yeah.
like in universe canon or what?
If we knew a librarian, perhaps we could get to the bottom of this. But if this is true, I swear to God, I'm right now years old. Like this
No,
can't
but
be
hold
true,
on.
right? This is-
Wait, but okay. Look at the bottom left panel. Oh,
Yeah.
it's them on their shows. I was like, I thought the puppet was supposed to be him. And I was like,
No.
canonically they're
But
married, and then also he was a puppet.
That would be wild. That would be really fucking meta. But I do think that, I mean, if you look at how old they look in the top left panel versus the bottom right panel, maybe this is the same age, but I don't think so. This looks like there's some years in between.
I think there's
I don't know.
probably a couple, but also he went bald very early.
He did go bald very, very early. And I mean, honestly, when you look at on the right, there's a picture of him in like early, I mean, just when he was still on the Blue's Clues show, you can tell his hairline's already receding. He's just combing it forward.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, he was like fucking 12 years old. I mean, probably, what was he, 22, 23?
He was
So
his
anyway,
choice.
Eric, get back to us. But yeah, I'm fucking dying to know the answer
I'm
to
not
that.
on the clock.
I got this one for, I'm going to be honest. I pulled this meme just for Andrew and people like Andrew. It's glow fuck yourself. And this is, they tagged themselves at Bikini Bottom. And there's a picture it's 4 pictures of SpongeBob SquarePants, the show. And the first one is SpongeBob biting a pillow and crying. And it says Spain without the S. So it's just pain. The next one is SpongeBob spinning around, and it says Spain without the A. Spin. The next one is Patrick in a very compromising position, and he's backed up to somebody. And he's
Mermaid Man.
Mermaid Man has his hands on Patrick's hips, and Patrick looks like he's in distress, and it says Spain without spa. So it's just in. And then the last picture is very upsetting. It's Squidward embracing SpongeBob from behind, and they're both naked. SpongeBob is on his knees, and it says Spain without PA. It's just sin. Salad Days says the world is falling to bits and everything is terrible, but at least I'm not in this car. And this is that fucking redheaded guy. I don't remember his name, but he's
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, Ed
James
Sheeran.
Corden.
And who's this comedian? Yeah,
James Corden.
man. Honestly, like I couldn't agree more. Fucking underscore sober is, as a sober person, it's my favorite fucking page right now. And it's this picture of a guy with a fantastic mullet, and he's wearing like a gold shirt and a gold chain and gold huge sunglasses, like what baseball players wore in the 80s and 90s. And it says, quote, "You absolutely cannot be sober and cool. It's impossible. Me." And then the picture of this asshole, and it just says bullshit. This is not funny, but it's good. Mohammed Safa says, what we learned in 2020, that oil is worthless in a society without consumption, that healthcare has to be public because health is public, that 50% of jobs can be done from home while the other 50% deserve more than they're being paid, that we live in a society, not an economy. Fucking hope we learn that. This is such a famous picture of Ben Affleck. I mean, I think this picture is more famous than his career at this point. And it's him standing outside. His hand is in his pocket. He's wearing a sweater with the sleeves rolled up. He's smoking a cigarette. His eyes are closed, and he looks absolutely exhausted. And it says, when you get home from a long ass day at work and your girl asked if you'd still love her if she was a lamp. Jokes are, as this one, it's 2 panels from Squid Game, and they're both panels of player number 1. And the first picture is him curled up with his hands around his knees, and it says, "Me waking up to the alarm." And the second picture is him like in the first game, and he's smiling ear to ear, and he's like full of energy, and it just says, "My dick." Let me see if I'm done. No, I'm not done yet. Brian Fisher says, the pressure Big Gay has put on Indiana is proof that they're not about marriage equality, but about homosexual supremacy. He said Big Gay. And then the first comment says, this tweet is honestly art. Like, it's so perfect, and it was 100% serious. I hope I never forget about this. And the next comment says, like for Big Gay, reblog for homosexual supremacy. This is my last one this round. It says Dwayne the Ron Swanson. And somebody put Ron Swanson's face over the Rock's body. But I mean, I should mention they just like cropped his face. Like, they didn't, it's not to scale. It's really, it looks really, really wrong.
Nice.
That's all. That's round 2.
Right.
I've got a still from this is a Doug Funny video game, and it's Patty Mayonnaise standing like kind of by a park, I think, and she says, "You are worth so much more than your productivity," which is very funny. Is like, and it's like vaporwave almost. It is like purely like vaporwave. This is a still from Ned C Classified, where Coconut Head, that's this character, has been sprayed in the face with some kind of a powdery substance, and now their face is very white and their hair is white. This is another still from Ned Z Classified, and it's Ned Bigby, the main character, and he's stroking his chin and looking at a massive Erlenmeyer flask, and it's just red liquid inside, and the acting is pretty over the top here. It's pretty funny. Mood, the Diddy Kong Racing OST CD that was completely unplayable because it was in the shape of Diddy Kong set. And it has a picture of a CD that is in the shape of Diddy Kong's head. And it's so funny to imagine the CD that doesn't work.
Is it real?
I don't know, but it's really funny to imagine.
There were a lot of funny shaped CDs back in the day. So
yeah, but it's very clear it cannot spin.
Okay.
Well, no, because it's not. I don't remember.
There's no way. It would the laser would have to move in that shape. I mean, maybe.
I think usually they have part of it. It's like a clear vinyl, or it'll be like CD, and then
I have CDs. They sit on the spindle. It'll play. I tell you, they send them to radio stations so that dorks like me would play it.
This says,
I'm just gonna not believe you. So there.
This says send memes, but the words "end me" are highlighted out, and then it's 14-year-olds and it's a stock image of a guy on a beach that's like having a crisis, or it's like a montage from a music video almost.
He's doing the pose that what's his name did.
The Shawshank Redemption thing.
Stella! No, I could have been a contender. I can't remember.
This one is drew like a dark, fucked up version of the Hamburger Helper mascot. Haha, just a glimpse into my reality. A full stare into my twisted perspective would make most simply go insane. And then it's just like an evil Hamburger Helper guy, but it's just so funny, like, together. This is it's a painting of like a shadowy figure on like an autumn background, and it says, the best thing about this painting is that it's named My Bisexual Wife, and that is indeed the title of the painting.
Wow. Okay.
This is like a guy trying to move an amp, and he says, "Hey, need some help?" And then there's a guy who's in chains, like dragging chains, and he goes, "I can't be helped." And then it says, "Stage fright, switch to bass." Played to nobody last night, and the biggest ball is Weezer fan. This is like from last week when the whole Megan Fox Machine Gun Kelly thing was, and it's a cop leaning into a car and he goes, "You smell like weed." And then it's a white guy with a gun behind the car, and the gun is labeled, "I am weed." This is Patrick from SpongeBob, and his brain is so big because it's full of books, and it says, "Me holding back my toxic thoughts because I said I told myself I'd work on it."
Dude, that hurts. That's not even funny. It just hurts.
This is I don't quite understand. This is like it's a still from King of the Hill, and then there's like a vaporwave meme kind of thing of a body, his Bobby's body's ascending out of the himself, and it says the haunting on of Hill House, but it's the this is I don't know what this is from, but it's two guys are skydiving down onto someone, and it's the Hex Girls My Innocence, and it says enjoying a Scooby-Doo movie as a kid, and the guy's looking up and is unknowingly discovering that I have a fetish.
This is from Invincible on Amazon Prime, and Andrew, you should watch it immediately.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
really fucking good.
How is it? Yeah, I'll watch it after this.
Ton of memes come from it.
Okay. This is another stuff from Nessie Classified, and the science teacher is reaching down in a way that looks like he's revealing his penis to a child. Okay, Eric.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Everybody give it up for yeah. Okay.
For our school teacher, Andrew.
It's from a children's program.
I just want to post it. This one I also put up on our Facebook page. Shout out to all the early humans who lost their lives figuring out which plants were edible. You just see some eating some stuff, and I'd just like to, I'm going to raise a toast because seriously, thanks for that. Was a lot of crazy stuff you guys ate.
Good looking out.
By the way, too, one day I sat down and I was doing the math, and there are about like 1 billion plant species on Earth. And there have been about maybe 80 billion humans in the last million years, or whatever you want to say, And if you try to do the math of how long it would take to figure out what was good to smoke, I am truly impressed. Truly, truly impressed. Because that's a stupid idea. Like the first 100 times you get it wrong. You know what I mean? So raising a toast to all.
Dude, as a kid, I was trying that myself. I was smoking every goddamn thing. I was like, maybe this will just be weed.
Yep. I did the spice cabinet myself. In alphabetical order until I got to garlic, and then I stopped. Still a little scarred from that one.
There's a lot of spices that start with A's, though.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a long summer. I was very bored. It was before cable. Okay, moving on. A lot of stuff to do here. Hey, 4 years ago on this day, I posted that today I learned The Conscience of a Conservative, 1960, by Barry Goldwater, was ghostwritten by L. Brent Bozell Jr., brother-in-law of William F. Buckley Jr. If you study right-wing douchebags, all those names are important. All right, I'll just leave it there. This next one, dad jokes. If you rearrange the letters of mailmen, they get really upset.
Shut the fuck up.
Robert, right now, that's not funny. Okay. Oh, hey, this cartoon's been floating around. We've got the rich guy up in the cart, and he is yelling. The horse is lying on the ground dead. The horse is labeled workers, and the boss man in his suit and tie with his cigar says, "I don't understand. This has worked for years," and is holding the carrot. And then the follow-up on this, of course, is down in the right-hand corner. He says, "Where's my whip?" Which is probably what we're on the verge of. So that'll be fun to watch. This is a memory from 3 years ago. One of my favorite jokes ever. Jordan Hall got up at the Blind Pig and said, "I found out I don't have like a cool depression like George or Eric or whatever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And this is a picture of George on the floor of the pig. And I went up to him later and I was like, Bryce mops that, right? Just a thought.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is stolen from George. We often like to steal George's Tuesday and Monday memes because he'll never get to them, even if he comes to the show. This is Edward Snowden, and they say if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. So why do you care? And he says they don't think about the origin of that quote, which is literally a piece of Nazi propaganda from Joseph Goebbels. And yeah, it is. Yeah. We went on to say some more. I like Snowden quite a bit, but basically arguing that you don't care about privacy because you have nothing to hide is no different than saying you don't care about free speech because you have nothing to say. It's pretty tight. Will Wheaton and I both tweeted about Joe Rogan. This is from Evan D. Simone. Every time we're forced to talk about Joe Rogan, I am reminded of my best and most immutable axiom. Nothing that only men like is cool. And then after 35,000 likes and 5,200 retweets, he said, replying to them, everyone is mad about this. So let me just clarify that I am 100% correct. And I posted this and several men started commenting in ways that weren't fun. Essentially, permutations on this. My friend Owen also reposted this. And one of our local right wingers on the radio, wealth advisor by day and radio pundit on the weekends, Adam Ruggieri said, name something only men like. And it was, generally Joe Rogan. Have you not seen Joe Rogan? Stephen Zunes posts, PDF becomes the fourth most popular religion. We have Google suggest, how do I convert to Judaism? How do I convert to Islam? How do I convert to Catholicism? How do I convert to PDF?
It's the hardest one.
God, at the tweet of God posted this week, very important, I have no plan for your life whatsoever. Make a note of that. One of my favorite guys, David Duell, retweeted Jasheen Alim. Colin Powell threatened to resign over homosexuals serving in the military, which I'm just going to move on. But dude, he was so lionized in the press and so little crap was actually put into that. And I think I got a follow up, but I didn't put him in order because I'm slacking. This next one's from a friend of the show, Craig Smith. Forbes article says socialism is in fashion here in America again, at the local level, that is, where governments have been passing mandates to tell corporations how to run their businesses, like the Fair Work Week laws. These laws require employers to prepare working schedules for their employees ahead of time. And stale memes for normie has-beens posts, socialism is when employers have to let their employees know their work schedule in advance. Thank you, Forbes. Yeah. This is a random one from Mickey Huff. Mickey Huff of Project Censored. And if you're not following Mickey Huff and Project Censored, you're missing out. Cultural hegemony. This is a quote from Antonio Gramsci. Cultural hegemony is the idea that the dominant ideology of society, the beliefs, explanations, perceptions, values, and morals reflect that of the ruling class. The dominant ideology justifies the social, political, and economic status quo as natural, inevitable, perpetual, and beneficial for everyone, rather than an artificial social construct that benefits only the ruling class. Yay!
Probably wrote it. It's from one of his prison notebooks.
Is it now? Excellent.
Probably. I don't know. I think it is.
I don't know, man. My commie friends pass this stuff around. It sounds so badass.
Yeah. He's really, Antonio Gramsci's really cool.
Yeah. My friend Colleen posts this picture of Batman in a robe, and it is captioned, when your mom's on point, but when your costume is on point, but your mom makes you wear a jacket.
I saw this. This is fucking awesome. He looks so pissed.
Dude, I love that all my relatives from West Virginia to Minnesota identified with this, man. Like everybody.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah. I've had some killer costumes under my winter coat.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man. And like a raincoat. All right, I'm flying through a bunch real fast. My friend Jim Narikas, who is a writer in New York and does great work. And if you're not following Jim Narikas, you owe it to yourself. You're missing out. He posts this hagiography of Colin Powell in some newspaper, a warrior, a diplomat, and a great American. And he captioned it, "Sometimes I wonder why Americans make fun of North Korean journalism."
You know what? I got it. All right, listen. Here's the
Ooh.
thing I have to say about Colin Powell.
Uh-oh.
No, it's just something I noticed. So, my white leftist friends and my black leftist friends approached the death of Colin Powell very differently. And what I'll say is this: I think that my white leftist friends held the position that you have, also the position that I feel like. I mean that myself, and that's that, like, this is a fucking war criminal, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he's not. No. But there is something else to be said, and that is that Colin Powell was one of the only people of color who was in any kind of seat of power for a very long time, and like, he does hold a very special place in society for that reason.
Oh yes, he's the one who laid down the blueprint, because his career is marked by covering up for My Lai at one end and covering up for the Bush administration at the end. So a war criminal consistently from end to end. He even oversaw some of the atrocities in El Salvador. The man was nothing but consistent, and he really helped out the neoconservative cause by putting a moderate face on it, because every once in a while he'd poke his head out and go, "These crazy right-wingers here in the administration, I'm not like them." He looks good.
Yeah, but name a Secretary of Defense. Name a Secretary of Defense who's been fucking peaceful. Like, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I'm an anarchist. I'm against all of this fucking bullshit. But I think, like, there's still, I want to add a little nuance here and just say, like, and also, like, fuck Donald Rumsfeld just as hard. And the only difference is Donald Rumsfeld was no champion for black people or for fucking anyone except for, companies that make bombs.
This is clearly our funniest segment ever. All right, moving on.
I'm very funny.
You are very funny. Professor Zenkis posted, since 10% of Americans own 89% of all U.S. stocks, the fact that politicians and media continue to use the stock market as the main measure of our economy shows that they only care about the top 10%. Imagine if we used household wealth and whether somebody is housed at all as a marker.
Yeah.
And I just noticed every single newscast has the stock report, and I know you guys don't care at all. I own stocks and I barely care. It's just a reminder. It's just a reminder. Oh man, I can't do all these things. I just have too much crap here. I just know that Mitch McConnell was kind of mealy-mouthed, and so Trump slayed him at some rally in Iowa, I want to say. And he urged his supporters to vote in the midterm, saying, "We must send the radical left a message they will never forget." And I'm just like, which message from Q? Was it hydroxychloroquine? I mean, which message? Which message do you want to send us here on the radical left? Birds aren't real? I'm not sure.
We already know that birds are not real.
Birds are not real. This one was posted by Jeffrey St. Clair. Again, follow Jeff St. Clair. He's very good. This is Biden ambassador pick is dubbed China an aggressor. And Jeff St. Clair posits, how many military bases does China have in Canada, the Aleutians, Mexico, Cuba, Greenland, or Jamaica? I was like, oh yeah, they're not the aggressors. All right, Colleen posts, if women can paint their eyebrows, we can paint our beards. And yeah, that's from the George D. Harvey humor train, and those are definitely black painted on beards, and it does make you think.
We could also paint on our eyebrows.
That's true. I'm going to do a couple more dad jokes here. 3-panel. My wife is going into labor. What should I do? Nurse on the phone. Is this her first child? No, this is her husband. Guy in an interview. People across the table say, can you perform under pressure? No, but I can try Bohemian Rhapsody. Man at the store holds up a can, says that wasp nest killer He says, "Is this good for wasps?" Cashier says, "No, it kills them."
That's like a Norm Macdonald joke.
Man at the store in the line, and the cashier says, "You want a box for those, sir?" "No, I hate violence. Is it cool if I just pay with my card?"
The fuck out of here.
Me making out with my girlfriend on the couch. Her, "You want to take this to the bedroom?" Me, "All right, I'll grab this end. You get the other."
Why are they moving it?
"You want to take this to the bedroom?"
I get the joke. I'm asking, why is she actually helping him? The picture is them moving.
That's another one where it's the reversal, where she's talking to him about the couch, and we misread the punchline.
I like it that they're both dumb.
Jackie Cashian, a friend of the show, and you should definitely follow Jackie Cashian, said, "I just told some tinfoil haircut that she sounded like she was ivermecting." I think we should all add that word to our vocab. Friend of the show, Michael Matthews, posted, "CC isn't funny. What do people do that don't swear? What do they even say during sex?" And it's a picture of Captain Hook as Dustin Hoffman from Hook. And he says, "Good form." Right. Okay. Only I saw Hook. Craig Smith, friend of the show, posts Nicki Minaj. "The book I'm reading just asked, why is the story of the boy who cried wolf told over and over again in our society and not the story of Cassandra, the woman who told the truth but was never believed?" Posted in Ask Woman. Christianity, the belief that some cosmic Jewish zombie can make you live forever if you symbolically eat his flesh and telepathically tell him that you accept him as your master so he can remove an evil force from your soul that is present in humanity because a rib woman was convinced by a talking snake to eat from a magical tree. Makes perfect sense. I didn't get triggered, Michael, on that round, but it was close. This is a modified picture of Harry Potter, except that they have erased all the words, and Harry Potter is holding out a blunt. It just says pot.
Nice.
Oh, they do all have red eyes. First Baptist Church Independent Fundamental sign says you can't enter heaven unless Jesus enters you.
Oh,
People
come
gotta
on.
be doing these on
You know
purpose,
that
bro.
they must.
You think. And my final for this segment 4 panel. Happy birthday to me. Wait, gross. Did you leave your tampon in? She's got her legs spread. That's not a tampon. Happy birthday! And confetti sprays all over the dude.
That's awesome. I think that's
Terrible.
fucking awesome.
It may possibly be the grossest thing I've ever posted on this show.
Oh my God, no way. That's not gross at all. That's a goddamn party. That's a fucking birthday party.
All right, I have a
What
super
that
short
is.
round with my post with the most, but I'm short from here on out.
A post with the most is singular. Glow fuck yourself has themselves in dead guy's closet. And it says, "Me liking 6 of your pictures in a row does not mean that I want to bend you over and eat your ass." And it's a picture of Pinocchio pointing his finger, and his nose is very long. It says, "Who else?" Actually, it says, "Who Elise? Who else thinks these 70s conversation pits need to make a comeback?" And there's 3 pictures of like 1970s conversation pits and 1 picture of the pit from Silence of the Lambs.
That was very funny.
And I think the conversation pit in the top right, one of my friends pointed out to me. She asked if that was from Clockwork Orange, and maybe, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Man, it's close, but I'm not. I can't be sure.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Scotty doesn't know. It's this famous picture of Leonardo DiCaprio from The Wolf of Wall Street. He's holding a beer, he's smoking a cigarette, and he's pointing his finger accusingly at the television. But in this one, he's also wearing a pilgrim hat. And it says, "Women in the 1600s. I think," and then the picture is labeled "men." Which?
So bad.
Daniel Bolnick has 2 pictures side by side, and one says "thesis proposal," and it is a masterfully done horse who is like at the bottom of a staircase. The handrail comes down and the handrail becomes the mane of this gorgeous horse, all carved out of wood. and then it says the thesis, and somebody just taped a horse to the end of a fucking stairs. Like, that's how I felt.
Brilliant.
This is a picture of a banana, and it's being held with a piece of bread, and it says banana bread. Follow me for more recipes.
Hashtag life.
Oh, this is great. So this is from from Germany. People took pictures of like signs at these restaurants that are saying like that they're looking for help. But it's in German. So it's McDonald's, and it says "Wir suchen dich," and Domino's "Wir suchen dich," and it means we're looking for you, right? That's what it means in German. But at the bottom is a picture of Borat, who filled with glee and saying, "We go to Germany."
Nice.
This is Mr. Lovenstein. Mr. Lovenstein? Let's go with Mr. Lovenstein. Says it's two characters of, I don't know, pink and green. Let's go with green. I don't know what color it is. And pink says, "You ever do drugs?" And green says, "No." And pink says, "You should. They'll make you more creative." And green says, "Wow, okay." And then later it's just green sitting in a chair all high. And then the next panel is green by himself, who says, "How do I move my mouth?" If you've ever been couch locked, oh my God, you don't feel more creative at all. You just feel like you are the couch.
Oh yeah.
It's my second to last one. I love this. This is from the Philosopher shirt, and it says, "Do you want to find yourself uncomfortable by it's a piece. This is a poster that's been hung up, and it's like one of those things where at the bottom they usually put numbers and they cut them so you can tear one and take it. Yeah. And it says, Do you want to find yourself uncomfortable by questioning all your fundamental belief systems? Come study philosophy with us." But instead of phone numbers at the bottom, it just says, "No thanks."
Half of them are torn off.
And half of them like, you don't need to tear it. You can just not do it. All right, this is my last post for the night. It says, "Who you lasting longer with? 1 minute with Mike Tyson or 1 minute with Mia Khalifa?" And there's a picture of Mike Tyson and a picture of Mia Khalifa. And then somebody responded, "I don't think I'd even be able to get an erection with Tyson, but I'll try." See, me on the other hand, I would just rather fight Mia Khalifa.
This is a character from one of the Final Fantasy games. I'm not sure which one. So she looks like very, I don't even know how to describe the aesthetic of Final Fantasy. It's like a heart, but then it's also like a Princess Peach thing. Maybe it's from online or whatever, but it says, "Harness your cringe, then weaponize it." And her face is very dead. This is an astrology one. "Yeah, I'm a Virgo. Very high standards for my damn self. Into setting myself up for heartbreak. Really big brain. Great at doing detective level research. Overthinking into a problem."
Nice. He's thinking really hard. He's got pursed eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. This one was so funny to me.
Straight.
These are just frogs with big boobs. I have a stand-up joke about frogs with big boobs. So that's
Did you commission those?
No, I didn't. Someone independently had the parallel thought that it'd be funny if frogs have big boobs.
Oh man.
My twin flame. This is from Ned Z Classified School Survival Guide. The woodchop guy has his arm and he's like doing a fake thing to scare the kids. This one, Pope Francis, "I don't read the Bible, I listen to it." And the Pope is putting on like cheap plain headphones. And I can't tell what album is that.
That's Limp Bizkit.
What's Limp Bizkit? Okay, sorry, Limp Bizkit. This is like a fried meme of a Garfield couch and it says, "What if we kissed?" with a bunch of emojis on this Garfield couch. This will be, I get this one and then my post of the most. So this is, "Why is it called attention deficit when I've got a surplus of the stupidest thoughts of all time?"
I I request that for the page, sir.
Yeah, I'll send it right now to the group.
That's awesome.
Perfect. Oh, that's excellent. All right. So, all right, getting on to this thing, and I will wrap as best as I can. We've gone long. I'm so sorry, audience. You've been so good with us. This is from my good bud, Kurt McKay, who's wonderful in grad school. And he just, it's a picture of The Last Supper, but everyone's black. And it just says, imagine how much more diversity would be embraced in our world if all the images we had of Jesus and the disciples growing up were of the brown-eyed, dark-skinned people that were rather than the blue-eyed, white-skinned people they weren't. Thought that
No shit.
was just an interesting thought. You know what I mean? Like, that's okay. All right, got 3 more here, and these all got a lot of traction. Blur Dating posted in recommendations, looking for recommendations. Where's the best place to get scrubs? And Raymond Duran said the passenger side of his best friend's ride.
That's awesome. Trying to holler at me.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I love you people. All right, perfect. Down to the last 2. Goonie Jace Jameson posts from Beaker. One of the McDonald's staff just told me they didn't know who Grimace was, and my brain went haywire, and I just blurted out, "Fucking works here."
That's so funny.
That's awesome.
And last but not least, post with the most. This is graffiti from my Mike Hudson, and it said graffiti removal guy comes back to discover image of himself. And the guy's like standing on a ladder looking perturbed. He's got to clean this off, and they put him right on the wall, exactly as he is in the photograph.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I just thought that's brilliant.
Oh, it's a Hello Kitty being dominated by a dominatrix.
I didn't even focus on that part of the image until probably 30 comments in.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, of course, it's the first thing that I'm noticing.
Well, they don't show any butts.
Yeah, it's still very funny to me.
And there we have it. That is my post with the most. And with that, I believe we are ending an episode of.
Oh wait, I have a post with the most.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no.
Sorry.
Got it. Sorry.
This New Yorker comic has become a meme format, and it's so funny. It's a guy with money walking toward a jukebox, and all these people are jumping over at him, like jumping over the bar, like they're trying to stop him. And I do know the original caption is, "Oh God, he's going for the jukebox," but people keep photoshopping the guy wearing different band shirts, and every version is so funny. And like, I don't know the original context of this comic. I saw it like this, and I thought this was the New Yorker comic. Okay. But it's just so funny to see it with different bands on it.
Awesome.
Oh, and this one, he's wearing an AC/DC shirt.
Nice. All right, with that was an episode of Facebook for the Blind for Monday, October 25th. Thank you all. Take care, and we will see you next week.
Love you, George.
Yay.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.